Thanks for staying with us. Veterinarian Ryan Steen is in with us today to take your pet health questions. If you have one, 365-9999 is the number to call. One thing we wanted to talk about today, we always talk about food allergies for people, but pets have food allergies too.
Yeah, and this is the time of year when sometimes they become a little more evident. You know, most people think of allergies and allergies themselves. They think of upper respiratory problems. In pets, we often see them be skin issues, whether they be licking at their feet, chewing at their feet, licking at their, scooting their rump on the ground. Or what a lot of people don't know is that ear infections are often caused by food, by allergies, and including food allergies. I just had a beautiful black lab in today named Char that has chronic ear infections. And I think, given the fact that we're seeing issues now in the dead of winter, it's obviously it's not ragweed, it's not grass pollens, that kind of a thing. So food is high on the list. Indoor allergens could be an issue as well, like dust mites. But there's a lot of people out there who have a dog, who may have a dog or cat that have had chronic ear infections and wondering why their dog keeps getting infections. Well, one of the major causes is allergies.
Wow, you wouldn't think of that as your first candidate for something like that.
No, that's exactly right.
Also something that we share with our furry friends, dry skin this time of year. And are you seeing a lot of flaking? Because I have a black dog and it's easy to see when her skin flakes. Yeah,
and this is the time of year when that's an issue. And there are certain types of shampoos and conditioners that can be helpful with that. Really kind of going to the heart of the problem, it would be the use of omega-3 fatty acids or fish oils. That's a very natural thing to do. They have a lot of benefits outside of just skin. The only downside of those is they don't see a result right away. You have to give them for quite some time before you notice the response.
Now,
so
can
a lot
they
of times,
take the same pills that we would?
They can. They need a little bit higher dosage, so it's a little bit easier to give them one that's formulated for a dog. But it's the same thing, and has a lot of health benefits. And one of the things that people often comment on when their dog is on a omega-3 fatty acid is that they may shed less than they did before. And so yeah, most people are very happy to hear that.
Any other ways to combat? Because I have a dog that sheds year round. Are there any other ways to combat that? Because that's the first time I've ever heard that one. And any tips you have would be great.
And there are, I mean, the kind of things you normally think of. Constant combing and brushing, that kind of thing. There are certain brushes and that are designed to, like a lot of people have heard of the Furminator.
And we have one of those.
Yeah, and so those do, physically removing that hair makes a big difference. If it's in the comb and you throw it away, it's not going to be on your floor. And omega-3 fatty acids that we talked about, and that's about it. I mean, there's no way to make a dog stop shedding. If they're shedding breed, there's no way to make them stop shedding. All you really do is try to control how bad it is.
Control it and vacuum frequently.
That's right.
Very familiar with that. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And coming up tomorrow, our financial expert will be in. Stay with us.